Hey, welcome back to the Natural English Podcast. I am Alex, and I am here with Sarah.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Alex. I am really happy you are here, listening with us today.
So, how are you doing today? Are you relaxing at home, on the train, maybe walking somewhere with your earphones in?
Wherever you are, just let your ears do the work. You can sit back and enjoy the story today.
Let me ask you something. Have you ever had technology fail at the worst possible moment? Like, everything was fine, and then suddenly, boom, something breaks.
Oh, yes, that horrible moment when you really need your computer or your phone and it just stops working.
That is our topic today, simple tech problems and how to ask for help in natural English. And to start, I want to give you a quick listening challenge.
Okay, listening challenge time. So, listen carefully, but do not worry. We will go slowly, and we will repeat the key parts.
In a minute, I will tell you a short story. While you listen, I want you to catch one important phrase. The phrase is, my Wi-Fi just died. My Wi-Fi just died. My Wi-Fi just died. This means my internet suddenly stopped working.
So your task, number 1, is to listen for that line. When does Alex say, my Wi-Fi just died? Try to notice the moment.
Your second job is a question. In my story, who am I trying to call for help? Is it my manager, a coworker, or IT support? Just listen and decide.
So, 2 things to listen for. 1, the phrase my Wi-Fi just died. 2, who Alex is trying to call for help. Ready? Okay? Story time.
All right, picture this. I am at home at my desk. It is 5 minutes before an important online meeting with my manager. I have my notes ready. I have my coffee. I feel prepared.
I can feel the stress already. Those 5 minutes before a big call, your heart is already working hard.
Exactly. So I open my laptop. I click to join the meeting, and suddenly, my screen just freezes. Nothing moves. The mouse is stuck. The time is still. I cannot do anything.
Oh no, the classic frozen screen. You are clicking, and nothing happens.
Yeah. So I wait a second, then I restart the laptop. I take a deep breath. I try again, but this time, I cannot connect to the internet. The little Wi-Fi icon has a big red cross, and the browser says, no connection.
That moment when the Wi-Fi symbol looks angry at you, it is like it is saying, not today.
So now it is 2 minutes before the meeting. I can feel my face getting hot. I look at the router, the small box with the lights, and the lights are off. And I just say out loud, my Wi-Fi just died. Great timing, right?
Perfect timing for a disaster. And of course, you really need to be online in that exact moment.
So I grab my phone, I try to join the call with mobile data, but it is super slow. I am watching the loading circle, going round and round. I panic a little, and I think, okay, I need help. I decide to call IT support and ask them what to do.
And this is so real. I remember once, right before a deadline, I clicked the wrong button and closed everything. My document just disappeared. I had to restart, and I almost cried.
Yes, these little tech problems feel small, but in the moment, they are huge. Okay, let us quickly check your listening challenge. First, the key phrase. I said, my Wi-Fi just died. That was when I saw the router with no lights.
And the question was, who are you trying to call for help? You decided to call IT support, right? A short, clear answer would be, he was trying to call IT support.
Exactly. He was trying to call IT support. So, in this episode, we are going to help you do the same thing. By the end, you will be able to explain simple tech problems and ask for help politely with friends, coworkers, or support staff.
We will first look at useful phrases, like my screen just froze and I cannot connect to the internet. Then, we will put them into short, real conversations. And finally, you will practice how to make them personal for your own tech problems.
So, my Wi-Fi died, my screen froze, and I needed help fast. When things go wrong like that, you really need the right words. Sarah, what are some natural English phrases we can use to describe these simple tech problems?
Oh, I love this part. Let us break down the key phrases you can use the next time your tech goes crazy.
So, Sarah, earlier we heard that little story about my Wi-Fi dying in the middle of a video call, and me just staring at the screen like, today I want to slow down that moment. Like, when something breaks, what do we actually say? What are the key phrases?
Yeah, exactly. Let's pull out the really useful ones. I'm thinking 3 simple groups. First, internet or Wi-Fi problems, then computer problems, and then phone or app problems. For each one, we'll just grab a few everyday phrases that people really use.
Nice. Okay, let's start with internet and Wi-Fi because that's the pain we all know. In that story, I said my Wi-Fi just died. Can we stay with that one for a second?
So, phrase 1 is, my Wi-Fi just died. And you can say it a bit slower, my Wi-Fi just died. It means it suddenly stopped working. Like, 1 second it's fine, and the next second, nothing.
And is that okay at work too? Or is it more like funny with friends?
You can use it in both. With friends, it's kind of light and dramatic. At the office, it's still fine. For example, you walk over to a coworker and say, "Hey, my Wi-Fi just died. Can I send this from your desk?"
Got it. So, Wi-Fi just died is like sudden. What about when it comes back, then disappears, then comes back again? That annoying situation.
Yeah, that one has a great phrase. You can say, the connection keeps dropping. Slower, the connection keeps dropping. That means it works, then it cuts, then it works again. For example, sorry, the connection keeps dropping. I can hear you clearly.
The connection keeps dropping. Yeah, that feels very real on video calls. Is there a simple one for just, it's not working at all?
Yes, you can say, my internet is down, or my Wi-Fi isn't working. Both are super common. For example, my internet is down, so I'll join from my phone. Or my Wi-Fi isn't working. I might be late to the meeting.
And how is that different from I lost my connection?
So, I lost my connection usually describes the moment it happened. Like, I was in the meeting, then I lost my connection. My internet is down is more about the current situation. Right now, it's not working. But in daily life, people mix them, and it's totally okay.
Okay, so that's internet. My Wi-Fi just died. The connection keeps dropping. My internet is down. Let's move to computers. Laptop problems, that kind of thing.
Yeah. A really common one is, my screen froze, or my computer froze. Slower, my screen froze. It means nothing is moving. The mouse doesn't work. You can click. For example, hang on, my screen froze. I need a second.
And we can change the words there, right? Like my laptop just froze, my tablet just froze.
Exactly. Same pattern. My laptop just froze. My tablet just froze. It's a really flexible phrase. Another one is, it keeps crashing. Slower, it keeps crashing. That means a program or app opens and then suddenly closes by itself. For example, this program keeps crashing every time I try to save.
Right, so crashing is like, boom, it disappears. Is that one of our new words here? Crashing?
Yeah. Let's mark that as a new one. When we say an app or program is crashing, we mean it suddenly stops and closes, usually with an error. Not a physical crash, just the software. Like my browser keeps crashing whenever I open that website.
Nice. Any phrase for when the computer is not dead, not frozen, just painfully slow?
Yes, super simple. You can say, it's super slow, or my computer is really slow today. For example, sorry, I'm still opening the file. My computer is super slow right now.
Okay, internet problems, computer problems. Let's go to phones and apps. because that's where a lot of people struggle to explain things.
Yeah. For phones and apps, one very common phrase is, the app won't open. Slower, the app won't open. That means you tap it, but nothing happens. For example, this banking app won't open. Can you try on your phone?
So I can just swap app with other words here, right? Like the website won't open.
Yes, perfect. The website won't open. The file won't open. Same idea. Another useful one is, I'm stuck on this page. Slower, I'm stuck on this page. It means you can go forward, you can go back. For example, I'm stuck on this page and I can find the submit button.
I'm stuck on this page. That's so common when you were signing up for something and it just doesn't move.
Exactly. And we have one more nice general phrase here. You can say, it's acting weird. Slower, it's acting weird. Slower, it's acting. That means it's not totally broken, but it's not normal. For example, my phone is acting weird. The screen keeps jumping.
Is that rude? If I say, this thing is acting weird, does it sound kind of rude or angry?
Good question. It's usually more funny or casual than rude. You were not insulting a person. You were talking about a thing. With friends or coworkers, it's totally fine. Like, this app is acting weird. Can you take a look? With very formal tech support, you might choose something like, something's wrong with this app instead.
Okay, so speaking of formal, I have a very textbook sentence for you. Ready for our robot moment?
I'm ready. Hit me with your robot English.
All right, how about this? My internet is not operating correctly. Please repair it.
Okay, so it's correct, but it sounds very robotic, very cold. In real life, people don't really talk like that. It feels like a machine wrote it.
So if that sounds like a robot, what would a human say instead?
You can keep it short and natural. For example, my Wi-Fi isn't working, or my internet is down, or something's wrong with my connection. Those all feel friendly and real. With a friend, you might say, hey, my Wi-Fi isn't working. Can I use your hotspot? With support staff, you could say, my internet is down. Could you check it for me?
Let me try those. My Wi-Fi is working. My internet is down. Something's wrong with my connection. Yeah, much shorter. So instead of my internet is not operating correctly, we can just say, hey, my Wi-Fi just died.
Exactly. Notice how simple and direct they are. Short phrases, easy words, but very natural.
Before we move on, let's quickly highlight a few top phrases from this part. ID pick, my Wi-Fi just died, my screen froze, and the app won't open.
Yeah, if you remember just those three, you can explain a lot of everyday problems. Internet, computer, and phone, all covered.
But if I can explain the problem, is that enough to actually fix it? Like, is knowing these phrases enough to solve things?
They're a great start, because people can understand what's wrong. But you still need to ask for help in a clear and polite way. That's the next step.
Right, so next we'll look at how to actually ask for help without sounding rude and also without sounding like a robot. Let's go there. So in the last part, we were talking about how to describe the problem, right? Like my Wi-Fi just died or my screen is frozen. Now, if you can describe the problem, the next step is, how do you actually ask for help in a natural way?
Yeah, and the good news is, you do not need fancy grammar for this. You just need a few simple sentence patterns that you can reuse in different situations.
Okay, so maybe we can walk through 3 situations. 1 with friends or family, 2 with coworkers, and 3 with support staff or IT people. Does that work?
Perfect. Let us start with friends and family, the really casual one. So imagine you are at home, your Wi-Fi dies, and your brother is in the next room. You do not need super polite, long sentences. You can just say something like, can you take a quick look at this?
Need 'em. So that phrase, can you take a quick look at this, is actually really common in English, right?
Yes, it is super common. And notice, it is simple. can you take a quick look at this? Not, could you please examine this device for me? Just, can you take a quick look at this? You can point to your phone or your laptop or the router.
Let me try it as the confused user. So I walk over to my sister and I say, hey, my Wi-Fi just died. Can you take a quick look at this?
Exactly. And you can also say, do you know how to fix this? Or, any idea what I should do?
Let me play your sister for a second. So you say, my Wi-Fi just died. Can you take a quick look at this? And I answer, oh, sure, let me check your phone. And you say,
No, not my phone, the router. The box with the lights. That is the problem. So, a tiny fail story there.
yeah, a little misunderstanding. But that is real life. The important part is your request was clear and friendly. Can you take a quick look at this? Do you know how to fix this? Any idea what I should do?
Right. And tone helps a lot. If you smile or your voice sounds relaxed, those questions are totally fine with friends or family. Simple is okay there.
All right, so that is home. What changes when we move to coworkers?
At work, we usually add just a little more politeness and a bit more detail. So a really useful pattern is, could you help me with this plus a short explanation of the problem?
So something like, could you help me with this? My screen just froze.
Yes, exactly. Or, do you have a minute? My email is not loading. Or, I am having trouble with the connection. Could you check it? So we have request plus a clear, short problem.
Let me ask the direct question a lot of learners have. Is it okay if I say, I need you to fix this now?
Minimum, that one is dangerous at work. I need you to fix this now. Sounds very strong. It sounds like an order. People might feel it is rude or they might feel stressed.
So how can we make that idea softer but still clear?
We can keep the meaning but change the shape. For example, could you help me with this when you have a moment? My screen just froze and I have a call soon. That is still honest. There is some urgency, but the language is polite.
So small changes like, could you, and when you have a moment, make a huge difference to how it feels.
Yes, those little pieces are very powerful. And there is another small word that is helpful here, and this is one of our new words. The word is a bit. When you say, my laptop is acting a bit weird, it makes the sentence softer and more natural.
So instead of, my laptop is broken, I could say, my laptop is acting a bit weird. Could you take a look when you have time?
Exactly. Acting a bit weird means something is not normal, but you are not sure what it is. It is very common in casual office talk.
All right, let us move to the third situation, support staff or IT people. Maybe I call my internet company or I write to the IT team at work. What changes there?
Here, we want to be clear and organized. Not super formal, not robotic. A simple pattern you can use is greeting, problem, what you have tried, and then request.
Can you walk us through that with a Wi-Fi example?
So, greeting, hi. Then problem, I am having an issue with my internet. Then what you tried, I have tried restarting the router, but it still does not work. And finally, request, could you help me with that?
So the whole thing might sound like, hi, I am having an issue with my internet. My Wi-Fi keeps dropping. I have tried restarting the router, but it still does not work. Could you help me with that?
Yes, that is perfect. Notice it is not, I would like to request assistance regarding my malfunctioning device. That sounds like a robot. Your version sounds like a real person.
So the pattern again is short hello, clear problem, what you already tried, and then a simple help sentence.
Exactly. And this also makes it easier for the support person to help you because they do not need to ask, okay, what did you already try? You sound organized and calm.
Can I use that kind of sentence in an email too? Or is it only for speaking?
You can absolutely use it in email. Just add a simple greeting and your name. For example, hi IT team, I am having an issue with my internet. My Wi-Fi keeps dropping. I have tried restarting the router, but it still does not work. Could you help me with that? Thanks, and then your name.
Nice. And you used another little softening word there, keeps. My Wi-Fi keeps dropping. That just means it happens again and again.
Yes, exactly. It is not just one time. It happens many times. And again, it is natural and not too technical.
Okay, before we move to practice, I want to imagine one quick mini situation. My Wi-Fi just died, and I have a work call in 5 minutes. I need to ask a coworker for help on chat.
All right, use the patterns we talked about. Make it polite, but still show that it is a bit urgent.
So I might type or say, hey, do you have a minute? My Wi-Fi just died and I am having trouble joining the call. Could you help me with this when you have a moment?
That sounds completely natural to me. You showed the problem, you showed the situation, and you asked politely, even though it is urgent.
And for you listening, the next step is to practice building sentences like that quickly in real time. Not just in your head, but actually saying them.
Yeah, your mouth and your brain need to work together for this. So let us practice these patterns with some short, real-life style dialogues that you can repeat and shadow with us.
All right, let us jump into that practice together in the next part. Okay, now this part is like a little practice zone. Mini dialogues. Short, real situations where the tech goes wrong and someone asks for help.
And we will do each mini dialogue twice. First, just listen. Then, the second time, you can repeat or shadow the lines out loud with us.
So, first situation, home. 2 friends. I have a problem and I ask you for help. Just listen the first time. Do not repeat yet.
All right, here we go. Friend at home with a Wi-Fi problem.
Hey, Sarah, my Wi-Fi just died. Can you take a quick look?
When did it stop working?
Like 5 minutes ago. I was watching a video and then it just froze.
Okay. Did you restart the router yet?
I unplugged it, but I only waited like 3 seconds. Then I plugged it back in.
Try this. Unplug it again, wait 10 to 15 seconds, then plug it back in and wait for the lights.
Okay, got it. Thanks for helping. I always panic when the Wi-Fi goes down.
No worries. If that does not work, we can check your laptop next.
All right, that was the natural speed version. Now, second round, we go slower and you can repeat. I will tell you when.
First, useful line. Listen once, then repeat. The line is, my Wi-Fi just died.
Repeat after Sarah. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
My Wi-Fi just died.
And pause here. Say it yourself.
Good. Second line. Can you take a quick look? So, quick here just means fast, not a long check.
Listen once. Can you take a quick look?
Now you. Repeat after me. Can you take a quick look?
And again. Short pause. Say it out loud.
Last one from this scene. Did you restart the router yet? Router is the little internet box with the lights.
Okay. Listen. Did you restart the router yet?
Now you. Repeat. Did you restart the router yet?
Nice. So in that first dialogue, Sarah was the helpful friend at home, not a support person, just a friend.
Now let us move to the office. Coworkers. I have the problem this time. First, just listen at natural speed.
Office scene. Computer trouble.
Hey, Alex, do you have a minute? My screen just froze and I cannot save my file.
Oh. Sure, let me see. What were you doing when it froze?
I was editing the report, and then everything stopped. The mouse does not move. Nothing.
Did you try pressing Ctrl plus Alt plus Delete?
Yeah, I tried that. Still nothing. I am scared I am going to lose this report.
All right, do not panic. Let us try restarting it. And if it breaks again, I am telling everyone you broke it again.
Wow, thanks. So helpful.
Okay, so that little line, you broke it again. That is a joke. Friendly teasing. Not a serious insult.
Yeah, it is something coworkers might say when they are comfortable with each other. If you are not sure, you do not need to use that joke.
Let us repeat 2 useful office lines. First one, do you have a minute? This is a nice, polite way to start.
Listen once. Do you have a minute?
Now you. Repeat after Sarah. Do you have a minute?
And pause. Say it to an imaginary coworker.
Next line. My screen just froze, and I cannot save my file. Froze here means it stopped moving. It is stuck.
Listen. My screen just froze and I cannot save my file.
Now your turn. Repeat after Sarah. My screen just froze, and I cannot save my file.
And one more short one. Sure, let me see. This is a friendly way to say, I will help you.
Listen. Sure, let me see.
Now you. Sure, let me see.
Nice. So in that second scene, Sarah was talking to a coworker at the office, right?
Okay, last one for this chapter. Now it is a support call. I am the support staff and Alex is the caller. First time, just listen.
Support call. Here we go. Hi, I am having an issue with my internet. The connection keeps dropping.
Okay, I can help with that. When did the problem start?
This morning. It works for a few minutes and then it disconnects again.
All right. Are you seeing any error message on your screen?
Yeah, it says, I cannot connect to the internet service.
Okay, thanks. And have you already tried restarting your router and modem?
Yes, I unplugged them and waited. It helped for a few minutes, but then the connection dropped again.
All right. I am going to run a quick line test from my side. It might disconnect you for a moment.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
So in that call, you heard Alex say, I cannot connect to the internet service. That sounds a little bit like a textbook sentence.
A more natural way is simply, I cannot get online, same meaning, easier to say.
Let us practice that one. New phrase here is get online. It just means connect to the internet.
Listen once. I cannot get online.
Now your turn. Repeat after Alex. I cannot get online.
And again, little pause here. Say it in your own voice.
Another useful line from that call. The connection keeps dropping. Dropping here means it stops, then comes back again and again.
Listen. The connection keeps dropping.
Now you. Repeat. The connection keeps dropping.
So, quick check. In that last dialogue, who was Sarah playing? A friend, a coworker, or support staff?
Right, I was the support staff on the phone. The professional helper.
We are going to stop the mini dialogues here, but you can replay this chapter and shadow the lines as many times as you like.
And in the next part, we will help you take these phrases and make them personal. We will connect them to your own devices, your job, and your usual tech problems.
So, now we want to make all of this your English. Not my English, not Sarah's English. Your real-life English.
Yeah, we do not want you to just copy us forever. We want you to build your own little toolkit, your own favorite sentences.
Exactly. So let's start very simple. I'll use myself as a kind of test. And you, listening, you can answer in your head. Or if you can, say it out loud.
Okay, first question for you and for Alex. What tech problem do you really have most often? Not a fantasy problem, a real one. Something that happens again and again.
For me, number one is video calls. My camera keeps freezing on Zoom. I'll be talking and then my face just stops. Everyone else is moving, but my video is stuck.
Yeah, I have seen that with you. So, listen to how Alex said that. He did not just say, it is broken. He said, my camera keeps freezing on Zoom.
Right. So here's a little template you can steal. Then the device or app, keeps, and then the problem. So my camera keeps freezing. Or my phone keeps restarting. My email keeps crashing.
Yeah. And now, your turn. Think of one sentence with that pattern. My something keeps something. You can pause the podcast if you want. Say it slowly. Imagine you are talking to a friend.
Okay, let me do one more with my real life. My phone battery dies super fast. Like, I charge it in the morning, and by lunch, it is almost dead again.
So Alex could say, I'm having trouble with my phone battery. Or more simply, I'm having trouble with my phone. That is another useful pattern. I'm having trouble with, plus the thing.
Yeah, listen to this. I'm having trouble with the Wi-Fi. I'm having trouble with this app. I'm having trouble with my email. Same shape. Different details.
So, again, your turn. Pick one thing that is annoying you. Maybe your laptop, maybe your headphones, and say, I'm having trouble with, and add your thing. You can even whisper it if you are on a bus or something.
All right, let me think of another problem I really have. Yeah. Sometimes my editing app just closes. I'm working on audio, and suddenly the app just disappears.
So how would you say that using our little patterns?
I just say, this editing app keeps crashing. Or, I'm having trouble with my editing app. Or, if I need help, I could say, could you help me with this app? It keeps crashing.
Nice. So we have one more pattern there. Could you help me with? And then the problem. This is very polite and very flexible. Could you help me with this program? Could you help me with the Wi-Fi?
If you are listening, try to choose a real situation. Think of a person you might ask, maybe a coworker, maybe your son or daughter, and say, could you help me with, and then your real problem.
You can even pause right now and practice 2 or 3 times. Same pattern. Just change the thing, your phone, your laptop, your printer, your apps.
Okay, I want to share a small fail story from me. Before I had these phrases, I tried to ask for help in English, and it did not go well.
Oh yes. I like this one because it shows how important small details are. Tell them what happened.
So I was in a shared office, and my internet just stopped. I went to the front desk, and I said something like, it is broken, the internet, no work. And the person looked at me like, what? They did not know if it was my computer, the router, the whole building.
Yeah, because there was no clear picture. Just, it is broken. It could be anything.
Now, if I could go back in time, I would say something like, hey, my Wi-Fi just died. I'm having trouble with the internet on my laptop. Or, the Wi-Fi keeps cutting out on my computer. Could you help me with it?
Hear the difference? He names the thing, laptop, Wi-Fi, and he names the problem. It died. It keeps cutting out. That makes it much easier for the other person to actually help.
By the way, cutting out is a good phrase. It just means the connection stops and starts again and again. Like, the sound keeps disappearing in the middle of a call.
Yeah. You could say, the sound keeps cutting out, or the Wi-Fi keeps cutting out. But you do not need that one now if it feels like too much. Focus on the simple patterns first.
So, think of one of your own little fail stories. A time when your English for tech was too simple. Maybe you just said, it is not working. How could you make that a bit more clear now? Just in your head is okay.
You could upgrade it like this. Instead of, it is not working, try, my printer is not working. Or, this app is not working on my phone. Tiny change, but much clearer.
Now I want to talk about something a bit different but important. How comfortable are you with saying, I do not really understand this stuff? Is that okay in your culture?
In many English-speaking places, it is totally okay. People often say things like, I'm not very good with tech. Or, I'm not great with computers. Could you help me? It is honest. And it usually makes people kinder.
Yeah, I like that. I'm not very good with tech. It is a nice soft sentence. Not heavy, just honest. You are not saying you are stupid. You are just saying, this area is not my thing.
Exactly. And when you say that before you ask for help, many people relax. They think, okay, I should explain slowly. I should be patient. It sets the right mood.
So maybe choose one of these honesty sentences as your personal line. For example, I'm not very good with tech, or I'm not great with computers. Could you help me?
Yeah. Pick just one that feels natural in your mouth. Say it a few times like you are talking to a real person. You can even write it in the Notes app on your phone so it is ready when you need it.
So by now, you should have maybe 2 or 3 sentences to describe your real tech problems, and 2 or 3 polite ways to ask for help. and maybe one honesty line about not being great with tech.
If you have time later, try to write them down or type them in your own words, not perfect words, just your words. That is how they become your go-to sentences, the ones you can use again and again.
Okay, now you have your own tech phrases and even your own little stories. In the next part, I want to zoom out a bit. Sarah, could you help me quickly review the most important expressions and maybe give everyone a simple little action to try after the episode?
Yeah, of course. I'll help you summarize the key phrases, and I'll give a small homework-style challenge they can try in real life.
Okay, we are almost at the end of this episode, so let's slow down for a minute. Today, we went on a little journey together. First, you heard my small Wi-Fi disaster story. Then we learned how to explain simple tech problems. After that, we practiced how to ask for help politely. We did some mini dialogues, and in the end, we tried to make the phrases personal for your real life.
Yeah, it was a full little trip, actually. And you did a lot of listening. So maybe we can finish with just a few super useful phrases. Not everything, just the highlights.
Good idea. Let's just keep it simple. Could you share maybe your top few expressions from today? The ones you really want people to remember after they stop listening?
Sure. Let's start with describing the problem. One big one was, my Wi-Fi just died. It is short, it is clear, and it sounds very natural. You can change it, of course, like my Bluetooth just died or my sound just died. It just means it suddenly stopped working.
Right, that one feels very real. I use that all the time.
Another good problem phrase was, this app keeps crashing. So, keeps crashing means it does not just fail one time. It fails again and again and again and again. Like, you open it and it closes by itself. For example, you could say, this app keeps crashing every time I open a file.
Yeah, that one is really helpful when something is repeatedly broken. So that is a good problem side. What about asking for help? If someone only remembers one polite help phrase from this episode, which one would you choose?
I think my favorite is, do you have a minute? I am having trouble with, and then you add your problem. It is polite, it is soft, and it gives the other person a choice. For example, do you have a minute? I'm having trouble with my email. It feels very respectful.
Yes, that sounds really kind, and it is great in an office or with classmates. So we have, my Wi-Fi just died. This app keeps crashing, and do you have a minute? I'm having trouble with. If you only remember these three, you already have a strong little toolkit.
Exactly. Just those three can help you in many situations. You can mix them with other simple words you already know, and you can still communicate clearly.
All right, before we say goodbye, let's give you a small, real-life challenge. Something you can actually do today or tomorrow. Sarah, what do you think?
Okay, here is something simple. After this episode, take maybe 5 minutes. Write down your top 3 real tech problems, but in English. Use today's phrases if you can. For example, my Wi-Fi just died, or this app keeps crashing when I open it, or I'm having trouble with my webcam. Keep it short. Just a few lines. That is enough.
Nice. And if you have a friend or a classmate or a coworker who is also learning English, you can do a tiny role play. One person has the problem, the other person is the helper. Just 2 or 3 lines each is fine. You do not need a long scene.
And if you are alone, that is okay too. You can still practice by shadowing. So, shadowing means you listen to a short part and speak at the same time as the audio. You can go back to one of our mini dialogues and try to copy how we say the lines. It is great for rhythm and confidence.
Yeah, shadowing is really powerful, even for just 1 minute. Now, I want to give you a small reflection moment before we close. So if you can, maybe take a breath and think back.
Think about a time when you had some tech problem and you could not explain it in English. Maybe you were in the office or traveling or in an online class. How did you feel? Maybe a little frustrated or shy or stuck.
And now, imagine the same situation again. But this time, you can say something like, my Wi-Fi just died, or I'm having trouble with my screen, or this app keeps crashing. Just simple sentences. How does that feel in your body? Maybe a bit lighter?
And remember, you do not need perfect technical words. Even native speakers often say things like, this thing is acting weird, or my computer is being strange. That word, acting weird, just means it is not working normally, but you do not know why. So it is totally okay if you do not know the exact term. You can still communicate.
Yes, the goal is not perfect language. The goal is connection. Can the other person understand the problem well enough to help you? If the answer is yes, then your English is good enough in that moment.
And with practice, it will feel more and more natural. Every small tech problem can actually be a little English practice if you want.
So we are going to wrap up here. Thank you so much for spending this time with us on the Natural English Podcast. Today's episode was called My Wi-Fi Just Died. So if you ever forget these phrases, you can search for that title and listen again when you have a real tech issue.
Yeah, come back to this episode whenever your connection is being strange or your apps are not behaving. Use it like a little support tool for both your Wi-Fi and your English.
All right, from me, that is all for today. Thank you again for listening, for focusing, and for practicing with us.
Take care, keep practicing, and good luck with your Wi-Fi and your English. Bye for now.
Bye. See you in the next episode.